Welcome to Fantasy Stories Daily. Today we bring you a story that spans the realms of magic and mystery. Dive with us into the medieval kingdom of Avaria, where a young prince must face a dark curse and discover his true destiny. This is a new channel and your support would mean the world to us. If you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more captivating tales. Don't forget to enable subtitles for the best experience. In the grand kingdom of Avaria, the people lived in prosperity and peace, thanks to the wise and just King Heir. This peace was shattered one fateful night when a sorceress, banished years ago, returned to cast a dark curse on the royal family. She stood before the castle gates, her eyes blazing with vengeance. The sorceress said to the king, "King Heir, you thought you could rid yourself of me, but now your lineage shall suffer." With a wave of her hand, a dark mist enveloped the castle. The king's youngest son, Prince Elian, was the primary target of her wrath. The curse marked Elian, making him the bearer of a powerful but dangerous magic. The sorceress vanished into the night, leaving fear and uncertainty in her wake. As Elian grew, he struggled to control the dark magic within him. Despite his efforts, he was often shunned by the people of Avaria, feared the power he wielded. The king, desperate to save his son, sought the wisdom of an old sage who lived in the mountain. The king said to the sage, "Please, wise one, tell me how to lift this curse from my son." The sage replied, "The curse can only be broken by the heart of the one who bears it. Elian must embark on a journey of redemption and prove himself worthy of his destiny." Determined to save his son, King Heir sent Elian on a quest to find the mythical crystal of light, said to purify any darkness. Accompanied by his loyal friend, Sir Rowan, Elian set out on his perilous journey. Elian said to Sir Rowan, "I must find this crystal. It's my only hope of becoming the prince my father and the kingdom deserve." Sir Rowan replied, "And I will stand by you, my friend, until the end." Their journey took them through enchanted forests, over treacherous mountains, and into ancient ruins. Along the way, they faced numerous challenges and creatures that tested their courage and resolve. One day, while navigating a dense forest, they encountered a mysterious woman named Lyra, who offered to guide them. Lyra said to Elian, "You seek the crystal of light. I can help you, but you must trust me." Though wary, Elian and Sir Rowan accepted her help. Lyra led them to an ancient temple, hidden deep within the forest. Inside they found the crystal, but it was guarded by a formidable dragon. Elian, drawing on his cursed magic, confronted the beast. Elian said to the dragon, "I will not let this curse define me. I will prove my worth and save my kingdom." With a fierce battle cry, Elian fought the dragon. His dark magic clashed with the dragon's fiery breath, creating a dazzling display of power. In a moment of clarity, Elian remembered the sage's words and realized that only by embracing his true self could he defeat the dragon. He channeled his magic into the crystal, which began to glow with a pure, blinding light. The light engulfed the dragon, purifying its anger and transforming it back into a benevolent guardian. Crystal's power also lifted the curse from Elian, freeing him from the dark magic. The dragon, now a friend, bowed to Elian and offered its aid in protecting the kingdom. The dragon said to Elian, "You have proven yourself, young prince. I am now at your service." With the crystal and the dragon, Elian and Sir Rowan returned to Avaria. Kingdom rejoiced at their return, and King Heir welcomed his son with open arms. People of Avaria, seeing Elian's bravery and the purity of his heart, embraced him as their true prince. The king said to Elian, "You have shown great courage and wisdom, my son. You are ready to lead our kingdom." Elian, now a hero and future king, had redeemed himself and secured his destiny. He ruled with fairness and compassion, guided by the lessons he had learned on his journey. The kingdom of Avaria flourished under his reign, and the tale of the cursed heir became a legend of redemption and honor. Thank you for joining us on this epic journey of courage and redemption. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more captivating tales. Don't forget to enable subtitles for the best experience. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, remember, true heroes are forged in the fires of their actions and the strength of their heart. This is Fantasy Stories Daily, signing off.
Welcome to a tale that history almost forgot. This is the story of a hero whose bravery and sacrifice changed the world. A story hidden in the shadows, waiting to be discovered. Our story begins in a small, war-torn village in the heart of a conflict that spanned decades. Amidst the chaos and fear, there lived a young soldier named Eric. Eric was not famous, not celebrated. He was just an ordinary person, caught in extraordinary times. Eric's village, nestled in a valley surrounded by mountains, had always been a peaceful place. The villagers lived simple lives, tending to their fields and raising their families. But war had brought terror and uncertainty. The enemy forces, known for their ruthlessness, closing in, and the village was on the brink of destruction. One cold winter night, as the villagers huddled in their homes, the distant sounds of marching soldiers echoed through the valley. Fear gripped their hearts. They knew the enemy was approaching. But amidst the fear, Eric knew he had to act. With a heart full of courage, he gathered a few villagers and led them to safety, guiding them through secret paths he had discovered as a child. As dawn approached, Eric realized that the enemy was setting up a surprise attack. They planned to ambush the village at sunrise. Without hesitation, Eric decided to act. He knew the risk, but he also knew what was at stake. His family, friends, and everyone he loved depended on him. Eric set out alone to the enemy camp. Using his knowledge of the land, he created diversions and misled the enemy troops. His actions bought precious time for the villagers to escape and for reinforcements to arrive. He snuck through the shadows, disrupting their plans with cunning tactic. He knew the terrain better than anyone and used this to his advantage. As he moved silently through the forest, he thought of his parents, his younger sister, and the future they all deserved. This gave him strength. He reached the enemy's camp and observed their movements. With careful precision, he set traps and created confusion among the soldiers. The enemy, thrown into disarray, lost valuable time. But Eric's mission came at a great cost. In the final moments of his daring plan, he was captured. The enemy forces, realizing they had been outwitted by a single soldier, were furious. They took him prisoner, intending to make an example of him. Villagers, meanwhile, had managed to flee to a nearby town, where they found safety and support. They heard of Eric's bravery and the sacrifice he made. They were safe because of him, but Eric's name was lost in the turmoil that followed. War continued to ravage the land, and in the chaos, many heroes' stories were forgotten. Years passed, and the village slowly rebuilt itself. Peace returned, and the memories of war began to fade. Few remembered the name of the soldier who had saved them. Yet Eric's actions had left an indelible mark. His courage inspired stories, and his sacrifice became a legend. In the quiet moments of their lives, the villagers often spoke of a mysterious figure who had saved them. Children grew up hearing tales of a brave soldier who had risked everything for their safety. Eric's story was passed down through generations, a symbol of hope and resilience. One day, a young historian named Elena stumbled upon old records and letters while researching the history of the region. Intrigued by the mention of a brave soldier, she began to piece together Eric's story. The historian traveled to the village, interviewed the elders, and uncovered the truth about the forgotten hero. Elena's journey to uncover Eric's story was filled with challenges. She spent long hours in dusty archives, deciphering old manuscripts and cross-referencing accounts. Her dedication was fueled by a deep sense of justice and a desire to honor the hero who had been overlooked by history. Elena discovered letters written by Eric to his family, revealing his thoughts and fears. In these letters, Eric wrote about his love for his village and his determination to protect it. He spoke of the heavy burden of responsibility he felt and his unwavering commitment to his people. One letter in particular stood out. It was written on the eve of his mission, and in it, Eric expressed his hope that his actions would make a difference. He wrote, "If my sacrifice can bring peace to our village, then it is a price I am willing to pay. I only hope that my loved ones will find happiness and remember me not as a hero, but as someone who loved them deeply." These letters painted a picture of a young man who was both brave and humble, driven by a profound sense of duty and love for his community. Elena knew that Eric's story needed to be told, not just to honor his memory, to inspire future generations. Alina's research led her to the old battlefield where Eric had been captured. She walked the same paths he had taken, imagining the courage it must have taken to face such danger alone. Standing in the place where Eric had made his sacrifice, Alina felt a deep connection to him. She realized that his story was not just about bravery, but also about the enduring power of love and sacrifice. With the support of the village, Alina organized a memorial to honor Eric. On the anniversary of his sacrifice, the villagers gathered to remember their hero. They shared stories, read his letters, and expressed their gratitude for his selfless act. The memorial was a powerful reminder of the impact one person can have on the lives of many. Eric's story was finally told. His bravery and sacrifice were honored, not just by his village, but by many who heard his tale. He was no longer forgotten. He was remembered as the hero who, through his courage, changed the lives of many. Eric's legacy lived on in the hearts of those who heard his story. His actions inspired others to act with courage and selflessness in their own lives. The villagers, now thriving and at peace, often reflected on the sacrifices made for their freedom. Eric's story became a symbol of hope and a reminder of the power of one person's actions to change the world. If you found it inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. In the kingdom of Eldoria, a land known for its beauty and peace, now it's engulfed in a brutal war. Leading the charge is King Alaric, a ruler with grand ambition. By his side stands Sir Aldrich, King's most trusted knight, renowned for his bravery and loyalty. One fateful day, as the sun set behind the castle, King Alaric summoned Sir Aldrich to his war chamber. King said to Sir Aldrich, "Aldrich, tomorrow we march on Riverton. We'll crush them and take their lands. Are the troops ready?" Sir Aldrich replied, "They are, my lord. But..." King Alaric, sensing hesitation, asked, "But what, Aldrich? Speak your mind." Sir Aldrich said, "I've seen the suffering in the villages we conquer. Commoners, my lord, they suffer greatly. Is there no other way?" The king responded sternly, "Compassion makes you weak, Aldrich. Riverton's riches will strengthen our kingdom. Remember your duty." That night, Sir Aldrich couldn't sleep. He remembered the faces of the villagers, their homes burned, their lives destroyed. The king's words echoed in his mind. So did the cries of the innocent. Doubt crept into his heart. The next morning, the army marched to Riverton. As the battle raged, Aldrich saw a young boy hiding among the ruins, trembling with fear. In that moment, he knew he could no longer fight for a cause that brought such suffering. Sir Aldrich thought to himself, "This is wrong. Can't do this anymore." After the battle, Sir Aldrich went to the king's tent. He said to King Alaric, "My lord, we must stop this war. The people are suffering." The king, angered by Aldrich's words, replied, "Enough. You dare question me? You're my knight, Aldrich. Follow orders or face the consequences." Sir Aldrich stood firm and said, "I swore to protect this kingdom and its people, not to bring them harm. I can't be part of this anymore." Enraged, King Alaric stripped Aldrich of his title and banished him from the kingdom. With a heavy heart, Aldrich left, but he knew his journey was just beginning. He traveled through war-torn lands, witnessing the devastation firsthand. Along the way, he met others who had suffered because of the war. Farmers, blacksmiths, former soldiers. They too had lost everything and were searching for a way to end the madness. Sir Aldrich spoke to a group of villagers, saying, "Join me. Together we can stop this war. We can fight for a future where our children grow up in peace." Word spread of Aldrich's cause, and people from all walks of life joined him. He trained them, taught them to fight not for conquest, but for justice. His small band grew into a formidable army, united by a common goal. Years passed, and Aldrich's army became known as the People's Legion. They fought not just against King Alaric, but against all who sought to exploit, oppress. Their victories gave hope to the downtrodden and inspired others to rise up. In a decisive battle, Aldrich's forces faced the king's army near the capital. The air was thick with tension as the two sides prepared for combat. King Alaric shouted from across the battlefield, "So you return, Aldrich, traitor." Sir Aldrich responded, "I return to end this senseless war for the people you've forgotten." King Alaric, filled with rage, commanded, "Prepare to die." The battle was fierce, but Aldrich's determination and the will of his followers turned the tide. As the sun set, the People's Legion emerged victorious. King Alaric was captured, and the war was finally over. In the aftermath, Eldoria began to heal. With the king dethroned, a council of wise and just leaders, including Aldrich, guided the kingdom towards peace and prosperity. Aldrich's journey had been long and filled with hardship, but he had found his true purpose. He had fought not for a king, but for the people. His courage to question, to stand up for what was right, had changed the course of history. Thank you for listening to this tale of bravery and conviction. If you found it inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time. Once upon a time, in a small, bustling village, there lived a young woman named Elara. Elara was like many of us, caught in the whirlwind of daily life, fulfilling her duties and meeting expectations. Yet every night, as she gazed at the stars, she felt a stirring within, a question echoing in the silence. Who am I really? Elara's journey began not with a grand adventure, but with a simple decision to seek the answer. She left her village one early morning, guided only by her curiosity and a desire to know herself. Her first stop was a wise old hermit, known for his deep insights into human nature. The hermit, sitting by a flickering fire, welcomed Elara and shared with her a secret. The path to self-discovery, he said, begins with understanding your own mind. He taught her the art of mindfulness, encouraging her to sit quietly and observe her thoughts without judgment. At first, Elara struggled, her mind racing with worries and plans. But with time, she began to notice the patterns of her thoughts, fears and hopes that shaped her perception. Months passed, and Elara's journey led her to a distant city, where she met a philosopher named Thales. Thales spoke of Socrates and the power of questioning. "Why do you believe what you believe?" he asked Elara. "What truths do you hold, and why?" These questions were not easy, but they stirred something deep within her. She began to question her assumptions and challenge the beliefs she had taken for granted. In a library filled with ancient scrolls, Elara found the writings of Nietzsche, who spoke of the will to power. He urged her to embrace her individuality and carve her own path in life. Inspired, Elara reflected on her dreams and passions, those sparks of joy that made her feel alive. She realized that self-discovery wasn't just about introspection, but also about action, about daring to pursue what truly mattered to her. Yet Elara's journey wasn't without its shadows. In the quiet of the night, she faced her fears and insecurities, parts of herself she had long ignored. She met an artist named Luna, who introduced her to the works of Carl Jung. "To know yourself fully," Luna said, "you must embrace your shadow." Through her art, Elara expressed her deepest fears, transforming them from hidden terrors into sources of strength. Years passed, and Elara returned to her village, changed but not finished. She had learned that self-discovery is not a destination but a continuous journey. It requires patience, courage, and a willingness to embrace both the light and dark aspects of our being. Her story, like ours, is one of perpetual becoming. Each step and each moment of insight brought her closer to her true self. She found that in discovering who she was, she not only fulfilled her own life, but also connected more deeply with those around her. And so, Elara's story is a reminder to us all. In our quest for self-discovery, we must look within, challenge our beliefs, pursue our passions, and face our shadows. It is a journey that transforms us, revealing the boundless potential within. Thank you for joining us on this story of self-discovery. If you found this tale inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and keep exploring the depths of your own being.
Welcome to Fantasy Stories Daily, where we uncover stories that test the limits of courage and honor. This is a new channel, and your support would mean the world to us. If you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more captivating tales. Today, we dive into the heart of a small village and follow the tale of a blacksmith and his son, bound by fate and a legacy they never imagined. Our story begins in the quiet village of Greywood, nestled between towering mountains and dense forests. The villagers lived simple lives, their days filled with hard work and their nights with restful peace. But tonight, everything would change. A shadowy figure stood at the edge of the village, watching the small forge of the village blacksmith, Amos. The figure stepped into the light, revealing a scarred face and cold eyes. Mysterious figure said, "Thomas, it's time you paid for your past." Inside the forge, Thomas heard the words and froze. He turned to his son Leo and said urgently, "Stay hidden, no matter what." Leo, a curious and brave boy of 14, watched as his father stepped outside to face the stranger. The door closed behind him, leaving Leo in darkness and fear. Years earlier, Thomas was not just a simple blacksmith. He was once a knight of the King's Guard, sworn to protect the kingdom. After a betrayal that cost many lives, he left his past behind to start anew in Greywood. Thomas said to himself, "I thought I could escape my past, but it seems it has found me." As Thomas confronted the figure, Leo's mind raced. What secret was his father hiding? Who was this man? Thomas said to the mysterious figure, "Leave my family out of this. Boral is with me." The stranger replied with a sneer, "The kingdom needs you, Thomas. Your son is our leverage." Before Thomas could react, the stranger vanished into the night, leaving a chilling promise in the air. The next morning, Thomas and Leo set out on a journey to uncover the truth and protect their village. They traveled through treacherous forests and across raging rivers, seeking answers. Along the way, they met a wise old hermit named Elias, who revealed a prophecy. He said to Thomas and Leo, "A blacksmith and his son will save the kingdom from a great evil." Leo said to his father, "Is it true? Are we meant to be heroes?" Thomas, with a heavy heart, replied, "I don't know, son, but we must find out." As they journeyed, Thomas trained Leo in the art of blacksmithing and combat. They grew stronger, not just in skill, but in their bond as father and son. One day, while forging a sword, Leo discovered an old map hidden in the forge. It pointed to a hidden chamber beneath their village. Leo said to his father, "Look at this, father. Could it be a clue?" Thomas studied the map and replied, "It's a chance we have to take." Returning to Greywood, they followed the map to the hidden chamber. Inside, they found an ancient weapon, a sword forged by Thomas's ancestors. It was said to possess the power to defeat any foe. "This sword is our legacy. With it, we have a chance." Their discovery was just in time. The kingdom was under siege by a dark sorcerer, Morgat, who sought to enslave the land. Thomas and Leo joined forces with the royal army, ready to face the coming storm. In the heat of battle, Leo faced Morgat. The sorcerer sneered, "A mere boy dares to challenge me?" Leo replied with determination, "I am not just a boy. I am the son of a knight and a blacksmith, and I will stop you." With the ancient sword, Leo fought bravely, but Morgath was powerful, and it seemed all hope was lost. In a moment of desperation, Thomas leaped into the fray, sacrificing himself to give Leo a chance. Thomas said to his son, "Remember our legacy. Finish what we started." With tears in his eyes, Leo summoned all his strength. The sword glowed with a blinding light, and he struck Morgath down, breaking the sorcerer's hold on the kingdom. Victory came at a great cost. Thomas lay lifeless on the battlefield, but his sacrifice had saved countless lives. The villagers hailed Leo as a hero, and the kingdom was free. Leo returned to Greywood, carrying his father's legacy with him. He became the village blacksmith, but he was also much more. He was a protector, a symbol of hope and courage. Leo said to himself, "I will honor you, father. Our story will never be forgotten." And so, the tale of the blacksmith and his son became a legend, a story of honor, sacrifice, and destiny. A reminder that even in the darkest times, courage and love can light the way. Thank you for joining us on this journey of bravery and legacy. If you found it inspiring, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories like this. And don't forget to enable subtitles for the best experience. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, remember, true heroes are forged in the fires of their actions and the strength of their hearts.